Did you feel a tingle? Tell me what you know about Sukuna, if you lived through this. What is good, gang? Today I'm just here to talk about the last couple of chapters. I don't really want to talk about chapter 187. You've probably seen plenty of chapter reviews before this, but what we do need to talk about is how Hakari versus Kashimo has been the most hard-boiled fight since Franky versus senorpink. They're fighting like grown men. I ain't got nothing else to say. Let's get into the video. By Reddit definition, hard-boiled is a term for an incredibly manly man. Casually a bit dark or gritty and usually serious. Hard-boiled started as a term for those manly noir detectives like Humphrey Bogart, following his own code of manliness and honor/morality. Boy, if that doesn't describe Hakari, even as he pulls up to the scene, I don't know what does. Anybody else pulling up to the scene and seeing Panda as nothing else but his head is probably freaking out. But my boy Hakari pulls up on the scene and says, "Panda, it looks like you've lost some weight." And right after Hakari pulls up on the scene and tells Panda that, these two dudes waste no time in throwing hands. You got Hakari using his unlimited cursed energy output, just throwing hands, punching, kicking, weaving. You got Kashimo doing the craziest weaves and using that electricity that he has that he can basically build up and strike at once. So you just see these two dudes doing nothing but throwing hands. There's no excuses being made. There's nothing that's being hidden. Shit, even Hakari's domain expansion automatically tells the person that it's going against what it does. So there ain't no secrets in this fight. These are just two grown men going at it, and it's been the most fun fan service chapters that I've seen so far. The best part about this fight for me has just been watching Hakari just have all these crazy surges of cursed energy. You already know one of the best parts was. And even as chapter 186 ends and we get into chapter 187 and see Hakari use his domain expansion again, it's funny to just see this kind of conversation that Kashimo and Hakari are having with each other. You can tell that both of them are truly enjoying themselves. Obviously, Kashimo is thinking to himself, if this is somebody that I gotta get past to be able to fight Sukuna, the strongest sorcerer of all time, I'm willing to do that. So the most badass part of this whole fight was Kashimo realizing, hey, if I just hold out for this next 4 minutes and 11 seconds, I basically win this fight no matter what. But that's what a coward would think. Whenever he said that, that's just when I really knew that this fight was the most hard-boiled thing that we have seen since Franky and senorpink. Because what kind of man is gonna try to fight somebody whenever they're at their worst? A real man fights somebody when they're at their best, and that's what freaking Kashimo is on, and I love it, man. Hajime has been awesome to read about. It sucked watching him basically obliterate Panda, but I've loved this development that we've seen in him as this fight has gone on between Hakari and Kashimo. I think that obviously as the readers, we want Hakari to win, but I can also say as readers, we've loved every second of this fight. Seeing the comparisons of freaking Hakari with Hisoka, Hakari with Michael Jackson, seeing all that music come from out of him, seeing how strong freaking Kashimo really is and what his ultimate objectives are. We finally see that he does want to fight Sukuna because he wants to beat the strongest sorcerer that Brain-kun has ever seen. So even after knowing that he's basically doing this because he wants to fight Sukuna, I just love how much, like I said, characterization that we're getting from both of them. Whenever they have that basically intermission while Hakari's using his domain expansion, and freaking Kashimo was like, "You're doing pretty good for yourself, huh?" Hakari's like, "I am. How about you?" He said, "Bro, give me a break. You're not unkillable right now. Let's get to it." And after that, seeing the next hard-boiled thing that both of them say before they start throwing hands again, Hakari's like, "A life of gambling always comes with risk." And man, Kashimo's like, "How admirable. Let's see if you can still say that after you get these hands, boy." And after that, we basically have these two throwing hands, and we have everybody coming to the culmination of this fight. Hakari has obviously started the music up again and is ready to use that unlimited curse energy. And Kashimo basically said, "I'm fighting this man and I'm killing him, while he has this unlimited curse energy. Like, I will kill an immortal to prove that I'm ready to fight Sukuna. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this chapter ends, or the rest of this fight ends. I think that honestly, chapter 188 will probably be the culmination of this fight. Maybe we'll have 2 more chapters. Regardless, this has been my favorite fight to read in JJK. What have y'all thought so far? The calling game has been crazy, but without a doubt, this has been the most fun fight to read. I definitely think that Yuta's fight versus the 3 people is dope, but something about Hakari, man, the ultimate light skin energy. Y'all can't tell me he don't got light skin energy, just black energy. He got cuts in his eyebrows, bro. Don't argue this with me. Don't argue this with me, bro. But other than that, man, I ain't really got nothing else to say. I just had to give some service to this fight that we've been watching or reading. Same thing, you know what I mean. Outside of that, it's the end of the video, so you know what time it is on the D-Trope channel with Sly Senpai. Peace. I'm sick, so I ain't singing good.